Microsoft have released a feature called transcriptions. Now these transcriptions are live. Now the word transcriptions may not be obvious. Basically subtitles, or basically text that appears here when you watch a video. Now a video on YouTube, for example, you get the transcription after you've uploaded it, it's been analysed, and then from there you can then edit the information and make it public. You can edit it again later as the video is public. Now with Microsoft Teams, this feature is live, so it will be happening as you speak in a group meeting. Which the fantastic feature about this is that you create a scheduled meeting, and it needs to be a scheduled meeting where you open Outlook, create a Teams meeting with a link, and you send it to a number of people. Now that meeting would happen in the future, and then you might have 2 participants, you might have 10 participants, but in a traditional meeting, when you're face to face, somebody is taking meeting minutes, and that poor person, unfortunately, has to keep up with some people that are speaking really fast to try and get information and make sure that information is accurate. Now, some of us would struggle to write really fast. So all I would say is the more you can have digital meetings and the more you can utilize a system like Microsoft Teams, which doesn't cost any extra if you use Office 365. It's, if you're using the other features, using Teams is technically free. So we'd strongly encourage it, and you only need the business basic package, or as they renamed it, business standard. So now, it's a great feature to have, and it will show your name and what you're saying, and then the next person what they're saying, and at the end of the meeting, the organizer can then download a Word document or what's known as a VTT file, which is used for transcriptions, which if you really wanted to, you could upload into YouTube or with a video and put a link, or LinkedIn or Facebook, and put the subtitles in. The other format's called SRT, but I'm sure there's tools to convert from VTT to SRT quite easily. That aside, what I will show you in part 2 is how to get this configured. But just to keep it brief, there is a policy that needs to be turned on to enable transcriptions, and during 2021 you have to wait 1 to 3 days for that policy to be fully effective. We initially tried this after 1 hour and it didn't work, and it will, when looking into this deeper, there is a delay with the server that does the transcriptions compared to the meeting server, and how you set up these meetings has to be done a specific way. So follow the guide in part 2 and you'll be able to have transcriptions that are live in a group meeting in Microsoft Teams. And if you have any questions below, feel free to drop a message below. Thank you. Welcome to part 2 of this video. We are going to show you how Teams transcriptions works. So the first part is to make sure that transcriptions is enabled within the admin center of Office 365. If that is set, then usually it takes 1 to 3 days for that to activate across your Office 365 nowadays called Microsoft 365 tenant, so that across the company for all staff. So presuming that that bit's done, and we will include a screenshot now, then you should be able to utilize transcriptions which are live as you speak. So I'm just creating this test meeting using Outlook, where I've clicked the link to join the meeting. So now I join the meeting, and what happens next is that it says welcome. It's waiting for other people to join, but because this is a test meeting, we don't care about this. So all we want to do is make sure we can have recording, so we can have the video, which I will do anyway, and transcriptions is starting. So it's just a wait and see game. As you can see here, we have transcriptions working, and it's recording what I'm saying accurately because I've got a microphone that's close. If I use a web camera, for example, then there is a chance that it won't pick up what I'm saying correctly because there is a distance between where I'm speaking and the computer's web camera. But so far, so good. And as you saw from the previous sentence, there was a slight correction as the system realized what I was saying. Now, the good thing is you can download these transcriptions, or as you may call subtitles, depending on which part of the world you're in, and you can then edit them in Notepad, Notepad++, or another application that works with editing text, or even you can use Microsoft Word and have a downloaded Word document with what's being said. Now, in this test meeting, there's only just one person because we're just recording this for YouTube. However, if this was a group meeting with multiple people in there, then you would see different people's names appearing across the transcription. And the other part of this is that this means that you don't need a minute taker, so somebody just sitting in to take notes about what is being said. As you can see from what I've said in this video and what is appearing in the team's transcriptions, you see that the sentences are very well accurate, shall we say, and it would only be small tweaks if you needed to copy and paste this information in a meeting minutes file afterwards, if that's what your company requires. But it also means that the recording doesn't need to be played from scratch to find out what part of the meeting something was said and by whom. So it makes this a lot quicker in terms of you need one person not having to take minutes and they can be focused on as being in the meeting, and two, you've got a text output, as what's known as a VTT file, which can also be
converted to an SRT file if that's what you need. Those kind of files work with online video, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. And I'm sure other platforms use them too. Or a Word document. Now, if you found this feature useful, please let us know below. If you found it not useful for some reason, please also let us know, because this feedback can be read by not only us, by other viewers, and it can also be seen by companies like Microsoft, Google, etc. to see what features help us generally and what features don't help us generally, because these IT systems are there to help us in the long run. So we hope you found this feature useful, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the meeting, and what I will do is show you Microsoft Teams with a picture of the meeting. So what I will have to do, because I do have other meetings appearing, I will include a screenshot of the meeting, and I will also show you what the transcript file looks like, both as a VTT file and a Word document, for you to download and use for other purposes. So, people that weren't part of the meeting can, one, watch the recording, and two, if you needed to relay some of the information. So these meetings, it could be like, John needs to action parts 1 and 2, Bowdy parts 3, Jane needs to access part 4, and part 5 will be dealt with by the manager. So it makes it easier to send an email later on, or have a group chat on Teams, and pass this information on. If you have any questions about this feature, please drop us a comment below. If you think there should be other tweaks or changes to this, also let us know in a comment below. But there's no point. What I won't do is keep this video just running, because it does take a few minutes for the transcript file to be ready. That can be downloaded afterwards. But as you saw in this meeting, the transcription was live. It was very accurate. This was with me wearing a Bluetooth headset. So whatever headset you use, just make sure you've got the mic close to you, so that what you're saying is fairly accurate. So hopefully that you benefit from transcripts in Microsoft Teams, and if you get stuck getting it set up, drop a comment below, and we will respond to your questions fairly quickly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Just to end this video, here is a quick preview of how to access the recordings. Now, usually everything in Teams is done within the chat section, second tab on the left. However, when a meeting is technically not finished, because it might be a 30-minute meeting, then it won't immediately be in this section here. So what you are encouraged to do is go to your calendar view and open the meeting from Teams. And what you will see within the details area, which it takes you to automatically, is download options. So recording of the meeting. So because this was an audio meeting, there won't be useful video, but you would normally see, where people are sharing their cameras or sharing a PowerPoint video or something online, sharing the screen, you would see useful information in the recording, as well as the audio. You've got the attendance to say who attended the meeting, which is useful for your meeting notes as well. And then you've got the transcript. You've also got transcript within recording and transcripts area here at the top. So if I click transcript, it takes you directly there. Now, one small bug with Teams, and I hope somebody from Microsoft watches this, is this section here isn't always visible if you're in dark mode. What you end up having to do is switch between the, so you've got light. If you're already in dark mode, you click away to a different view and then back to dark, and then you can see the text. Small bug. Otherwise, you end up having to do this just to see the text. But once you've done that quick 10-second job, click to high contrast and then back to dark, and then close that window, you see the entire text. So, as we were talking about during the video, you've got the ability to download as docx and download as VTC. That's specifically for transcriptions, and as you know, this is a Word document. So if you're not interested in this, just click download as docx, and then you can see the meeting information in a Word document. I'm going to download both of these, and what we will do afterwards is show you with a pause what these look like. So I may not be speaking during these screenshots, but it's just to give you an idea of what it looks like over the next 10-20 seconds. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found that useful, please click the like button below. If you found it unhelpful, click the dislike button below so we can get some feedback. And if you've got any future videos that you would like creating, please drop us a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.